What's up YouTube? Jeff Beck again from DopeTechDaily.com. And today guys, I want to talk about a rumor that came out today. I normally don't like to cover just plain news stories. If you guys like me covering that, let me know. But I had to weigh in on this story. This morning, Bloomberg Technology made this post that they got some inside information that the next version of Android, which is presumably going to be Android P, of course, probably Android 9.0, is going to have a couple of interesting features that I want to talk about. So you can see the headline here, Google's next Android overhaul will embrace the iPhone's notch. So Bloomberg claims that Google is gearing up to build in support for the notch type features. And a couple of other things which we'll talk about in a second. But first, let's focus on this idea of including the notch. There was obviously an Android phone that came out before the iPhone X, which included the notch, and that is the Essential phone, which I have right here. And then I also have the iPhone X with the notch built in as well. So Google is going to incorporate into Android P software that makes it easier, for app developers basically to work around the notch, to optimize their apps for the notch, which is something that's been a bit of an issue on the Essential phone so far. So a lot of people were weighing in on their opinions on this. Is it a smart move, etc.? A lot of people were claiming that the main reason Google is doing it is because Essential did it first, etc. I don't think that's true. I think the main reason is they're trying to win over iPhone users because Apple went with this aesthetic. Maybe they can woo some people over. Essential only sold 88,000 units in 2017 of the Essential phone, and probably a lot of those were sold at Sprint stores. They also had a fire sale. I don't think Google is trying to incorporate the notch features because of the Essential phone. That just doesn't make any sense to me. They're mainly targeting the iPhone users and trying to bring them over. Now we know, because of the way that Android works, because iPhone went with the notch, we know a lot of companies in the Android space are going to go with a notch as well. The question that I have is whether or not Google is thinking about building in a notch into the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL. That's something I really don't want to see. I'm curious to hear what you guys think about that. But if we have a notch on the Pixel 3 and the Pixel 3 XL, I would be incredibly disappointed by that. I like the current form factor. I think that the Pixel phones and the Samsung Galaxy phones are doing a good job on their own right of implementing a bezel-less design. We don't necessarily need the notch. It's another way to go, but it's definitely not my favorite. So I'm hoping that Google is not hinting at that, but I'm sure there's going to be a bigger manufacturer that steps up and imitates Apple's design in the Android space. I really hope it's not Samsung or Google. You guys let me know what you think about that. If you'd like to see a Pixel phone that has the notch in it, because I certainly don't want to see that. The next thing that they mention is a rather, simple change, which we can expect to see more Google Assistant integrated in Android P. One of the big claims is that Google Assistant might replace things like the Google search right here. If you tap on, the Google search bar on Android Oreo, you go right into a Google search. You might go right into Google Assistant and it'll do the searching for you. Other integration features like allowing various app developers to integrate Google Assistant directly into their APK. A couple of other really key rumors is that Bloomberg also claims that there's going to be a major overhaul in Android P, which means huge design changes. This could have something to do with the Material Design 2 that was discovered in some leaks last week. We might see the incorporation of the new Material Design 2. Google might be bringing that spec out for all app developers and trying to show some of that off in Android P. Personally, I don't think that Android Oreo looks bad on the aesthetic side. I think the UI looks pretty good overall, and I personally would prefer them refining the stability, etc., usability. A lot of people want to see radical changes. I don't know that it really needs it, but if we see some really cool stuff, I'll of course be excited. Let me know what you guys think about that. That's really the final change that they're going to implement. So tighter Google Assistant, dramatic redesign of the UI, and then support for the notch. So I think of all of these, I'm probably more excited about the tighter Google Assistant integration because, again, I don't know that we really need a major overhaul of the Android UI. I don't think it's stale. You guys can let me know if you disagree. I know a lot of people I saw today in the forums were calling for a dramatic redesign. And of course, if it looks cool, then of course everyone's going to be happy about it. But also when you implement a creative redesign, you're also going to implement some instability and have to work out some bugs. So that's my vote. Let me know what you guys think about these new features, the leaks in Android P. This is sort of our first taste of what's to come in Android P. Of course, down the road at Google I/O, we're going to hear about that in about 3 months. And of course, I will cover all of that stuff. All right, guys, so I hope that you enjoyed the video. You guys can find me at dopetechdaily.com, Google+, Instagram, and Twitter. The link's in the description. Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, hit the notification icon so I can make future videos like this. You can also find me at gadgethacks.com where I write about Android all the time. I appreciate you guys checking out the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.